Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Siboga TV, which is the home of politics. There is this tweet by Madowo, which has been circulating online. And this tweet has actually been viewed by quite very many people. And around 16.1 people have liked the tweet. And the tweet is causing a lot of political havoc. And it is annoying William Samuel Ruto so much because it is a tweet which is actually provoking President William Samuel Ruto. And the reasons why this tweet is actually provoking William Samuel Ruto, it is because William Samuel Ruto, at one time, when he was being interviewed, he told the world that African leaders should not be attending summits which have been called by only one individuals. And they go there in large numbers. But at the end, they are not given an opportunity to air out their views because of their large numbers. And he was talking this because sometimes we have like United States African Summit, European African Summit, India African Summit. So you will find, for example, if we have India African Summit, that summit has been called by one person from India, who is probably the Prime Minister or the President of India. But you will find that Africa countries are represented by their presidents. And you will find because we have very many African states, you will find that those summits do not achieve what they are intended to from the side of the Africans. And therefore, President William Samuel Ruto said that from today henceforth, we should be giving an opportunity the AU to represent Africa interest on those kind of summits, because he said that it's not wise that African leaders, being very many in numbers, are being called with one person somewhere. They go there, but they don't get a chance to air out their views, to air out their grievances, or to argue out what they need. And that's why he said that we should allow AU to represent African leaders in those kind of summit. But President William Samuel Ruto was in Italy for that kind of summit, where you find that most of the East African presidents, they forgot, they never went to attend that meeting. That means they boycotted the meeting. And that's why Madowo, who is working with the CNN, actually tweeted this. And I read, President William Ruto said he and other African leaders could not be summoned by one country. The African Union could represent them going forward. He is standing just steps away from both the AU chair and the AU Commissioner Chair in the eatery, while other East African presidents skipped the summit. And that tweet actually has attracted a lot of attention. That why could you say that such a kind of summit, they don't bring any benefit to African leaders when they attend in large numbers, and they should be represented by the AU. And when AU is there, you are also, as an African president, present in that summit. So Rally Madowo was hitting a nail into the head of William Samuel Ruto, that sometimes what you say is maybe what you don't do. Please, let me give you to the clip where William Samuel Ruto was being interviewed on the same issue, so that at least you can know the reality, what Rally Madowo really means. Please listen to this interview keenly. Please listen to this.
We have also decided that it will not going to be business as usual. We have these meetings, Africa, US meeting, Africa, Europe, Africa, Turkey, Africa,
India.
Now we are waiting for, there is another one, Africa, Russia.
And Africa, Japan.
And Africa, Japan. We have made the decision that it is not intelligent for 54 of us to go and sit before one gentleman from another place. And I mean, and sometimes we are mistreated.
Yeah.
You know, we are loaded into buses like school kids. You know, and it's not right.
Well, you are summoned. You know.
It's not right. So the decision that we have made as AU is that going forward, if there is going to be a discussion between Africa and any other country, we are going to be represented by the chair, the outgoing chair, the bureau. Let's
chair of the commission or the chair
and the chair of the Rex, and we have 5 Rex. That should be sufficient for, I mean, a meeting of maybe 6, 7. Yeah. That should be able to represent Africa. And that is the position I am taking as the president of Kenya. For any other meeting that we are going to have with all these requests, that we have a meeting between Africa and one other country. We respect the sovereignty of others. I think to ask for reciprocation is not to ask for too much.
No.
And for us to agree that let us have this kind of setup. The only, because I had a conversation with President Kagame, and he actually led that particular position. I have had a conversation with Prime Minister Abiy. He believes very strongly that that should be the position of our continent. Because, as you have said, if we don't respect ourselves, nobody is going to respect us. And we should be able to take that kind of decision. Yeah. And part of that respecting ourselves is when we say African problems, African solutions, we must be serious about the solutions. It cannot be rhetoric. It cannot be talk. It must be accompanied by what realistically and practically we are doing.
After listening to that, you can understand what Rally Madowo was actually putting across, that sometimes we speak what is hard for us to do. And that's why that tweet by Rally Madowo has attracted very many people from the continent, because that tweet has been viewed by 1.2 million viewers, and it has been retweeted by 4,963. retweets and 16.1 million people like that tweet. And this kind of conversation is healthy from my side because Rally Madowo is trying to hit back at President William Samoei Ruto, telling President William Samoei Ruto that sometimes when we give a conversation outside there, we should do as per that conversation. We should not speak what we are not capable to do. And from what happened in Italy, I can tell you for sure that AU is a toothless kind of organization. It does not have the interest of Africa continent at heart. It has not been defined well how it should champion the continent of Africa. And at the same time, it tells how our African leaders are quite greedy because they speak what they cannot be able to do. What do you say about Rally Madowo tweet? Do you accept with Rally Madowo? Because I accept with this young man 100% that sometimes when our readers talk, they should walk the talk. So what do you say? Please drop your comment in the comment section below. And if this is your first time to pump into this YouTube channel, I request you kindly to take a minute or two and subscribe to this YouTube channel. Give this video thumbs up. Share the video to your friends. And if your friends are lovers of politics, then request them to subscribe to this YouTube channel. And with that, I say thank you until we meet in our next political conversation. Goodbye.